What's good? It's Chigozi. It's Thursday, October 3rd, 2019. The S&P 500 has done another theatrical performance right at 10 a.m. And whenever you see these things happen right at the hour or at the quarter of the hour, you know it's the algorithms, the AI computers manipulating the market. And even if it doesn't happen at the time, that's usually what drives and controls the S&P 500 anyway. Just look at this candle. It's literally, look, this is what it does today. It's, trying to recover, and it does just the classic, little dip at the morning, squeezes up above the SMA, finds support in there, and then finds support at the VWAP, and then tries to go up. You see what I'm saying? It's like a stair-stepping type of thing. This is a classic sign of continued uptrend, continued strength, continued momentum. Because you first have this bottom VWAP as the support, and then it squeezes up, and then it retests support to hold at the next line of structure, this SMA area. But in reality, it's still just, this previous support that has been holding anyway. It's this, 287, 288 area. And that's why it holds that, and then it goes up again, and then it tries to find support at where? The EMAs. So it's just giving you just a classic, we're recovering, and it does find a lot of resistance here though. You see it around 288.50. It's having that resistance. But again, is that reason for it to just completely sell off right here because it couldn't break above that? This is not like a penny stock where you have a bunch of breakout traders trying to play the break above 288.50. You just see how this here, it opens at 288 and it hits low of $285.94. That means it's over a $2 drop in 1 minute. And it continues to sell off. And I don't like to call bottoms, but I did call this bottom mentally in terms of I set an alert for 284.50 and it didn't break it. It could easily hit this VWAP though and then sell off back down below. And I'm not trying to predict anything. I'm just showing you the S&P 500. It just did some crazy theatrical move. I'm at my computer. Might as well make a video. Might as well make a video on something that, is neutral. I can at least put out content without worrying about much. So see again, this SMA line. So the 200 moving average, the 200 simple moving average is the main benchmark that a lot of institutions traders use to kind of see the overall direction of the trend. That's why it always tries to hold above this. Even if it goes below, it'll go back above. I've been showing this. This is common knowledge. It's not like some secret or anything, but I've been showing you how this has been working, and I show you how to use it. You can use it from penny stocks to everything. And that's why it's one of my favorite strategies to scalp, because you can even see real quick on this is a penny stock, so unrelated to the market, but you see how it gapped up in the morning, completely sold off almost to where it opened to, but it found support at that SMA. So when it opened, you see how it barely sold up under it. The next candle then, next 1 minute candle opened right at the SMA. So you can enter here. I didn't play this, but this is how I would play this setup. I would enter, and my stop, my risk will be below this candle. Because if it doesn't push up and it sells below this, that it's, for how low this goes, it could still consolidate around here, but just for how fast this momentum's coming in, you jump in and you at least sell half your position up here because it's going to hit the EMA. That's going to be a major resistance. And think about how it opened. It didn't even open with strength. It opened with weakness. So I'm just showing you how this indicator, you can use it throughout the entire market, at least the stock market, where there's supply and demand. I don't use this in Forex. Forex is more based on bank manipulation, way more than even this. But you see what's going to happen now. This is going to hit this VWAP, and it's going to get rejected and probably sell back down. Or it can recover back to this SMA, get rejected, and sell back off too. Those are usually what's going to happen. It's all about knowing the probabilities. But I do want to see if there's some propaganda, some tweet from Trump, maybe something at 10 that made this happen. So, because like every video, we got to look at the gematria, look at the Kabbalah. But I can show you another example of how this works. You see, this is a gapper today. It hits, this is double top, sells back off to what? This SMA, and how it's been recovering. It's pretty amazing though. Like, this, I don't like to call this my edge, but I guess I do, because it's the indicator that I use so much to really get a sense of what's going on. And it gives you a lot of high probability odds. You know, look how low risk this is. It hits low of 189, and this line's at $1.87. So you'd risk what? A cent break below this, like 3 cents, and now it's at 209. The risk reward's pretty big on these. So using that, then again, you see that then with this SPY, this S&P 500, you see how it's been also behaving like that. So that means if you want to buy this and hold, it's a good deal, in my opinion, below this line. And guys, you have to understand, I'm not a financial advisor. You know, I don't even give this disclaimer, but I might as well before I get in trouble for that. But it's all my opinion. I'm not giving financial advice or any of that shit. I'm not a registered financial advisor. I'm just another person showing you how the Freemasons, those in power, the Catholic Church, manipulate the market with their powers. So you see how it's now hanging on here. It's trying to hold here and maybe recover to probably this EMA, so maybe the 290s. Because as this is recovering, this is going to still kind of go lower, but then start to bend. So we're looking at the propaganda. I'm not trying to bore anyone with this too much. Here I was paper trading today. I had an account, but I didn't do so well in it the first time around, so I'm going to try again. So I'm just, building my strategies up. And really a big part of that was I just spent too much on commissions. They can fuck you up if you're not careful. But I learned a lot from my metrics on there. Sentence for ex-cop inspires both protests and a powerful act of forgiveness. It's the same thing as yesterday. Twitter, Donald Trump. Fake news, just like the snakes and gators in the moat. The media is deranged. They have lost their minds. Hi, he tweets this 20 minutes before the huge sell-off in the market. Interesting. I mean, again, he's telling the truth. I said this in my last video, that he's telling you the truth all the time. He's an actor. He's telling you it's fake news. The media is deranged. Have they lost their minds? No, because they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do per their agenda. They're doing the right thing. And I hate to say that, but it's like, when I say it's like, I say to emphasize, this is an agenda-based mind control scheme. So if they are an agenda-based mind control scheme, if they're not giving you some sort of mind control, leading you down the path of agenda, then they're not doing their job. So that's what I'm saying. It's all supposed to be here, because that's the world we're living out. That's what we need to take action. So I think that's the closest we get with this. Of course, Trump didn't tweet this. He's an actor. They have someone else tweeting this for him. He applied for a green card, then the FBI called. I wish there's some 17s in this. I always do. Oh, 54. Freemasonic 54. A shadowy federal program is ensnaring thousands of Muslim immigrants, updated at 9. On 103. What is this? Islam equals 27. These all reduced to 9. Islam 54. See how they coded this piece of propaganda? Wow. Completely coded. 5-minute, 40-second video. Updated at 9. Notice how 5 plus 4 is 9? Islam equals 54, using just the alphabetical order. And then Islam equals 27 when you reduce each letter to a single digit. 103 is the 27 prime. Today is 10/3, and Islam equals 27. See, the day, 10/3, they're talking about Islam, 27, and at 5:40, that's a video, 5-minute, 40-second video. So this is not about the market selling off, but I hope you still enjoyed this gematria piece. I mean, I gotta at least have these in the video. Oil, I think oil was selling off too, but again, it's not about this. But let's look at it. Let's look at crude oil. Look at this shit. I mean, I know you guys are excited. I mean, this stuff, I have no emotional attachment to anything in the market. You know what I mean? if it's pushing up, if it's selling off. Yeah, it's cheaper gas for people, so I like that part. But it's that support. It's going to go up soon, and it doesn't have to. It could break this, but this is what you want to see. You see, it's a major support level. This is like a good time to maybe if you want to be long oil. And think about it. You think this gang, they want the price of oil to keep going down and down and down and down? Sure, they could. But, it's most likely it's going to hold its support. It's still supply and demand as commodity with manipulation. I don't even like trend lines that much, but I'm just showing you this because I just kind of do it in my head. It's more like in a zone it holds. It's like a zone. It's not just like specific exact level. But this seems like it's happening today from some hype. And you see how it hit this, and you see that Kansas is moving up. That just got smaller. What's going on? Let's look at this shit. Look at this recovery. Again, these things can only sell off so hard, so much. I'm not saying sit here and call the bottoms and learn to do that and play reversals, because that's how a lot of people get fucked, because the bankers, who do you think did this? The bankers did this to manipulate people. And it just shows to show why I don't like trend lines and all that type of stuff. Like, again, you could have been doing this. See how it breaks? And when it breaks this line, it sells off even harder because it's holding support. It's bear flagging, holding the support. So you think it's going to sell off to this. See this candle was sold off here. Who do you think did this type of fakery? The big banks, the people who run the show with the futures trading, the people with the money. With the money, you can do this. This is how the forex market is all the time. You have traders trying to play these reversals. The bankers know it, so they take prices even lower. See what I'm saying? And now these people are trying to cover their losses here, or break even, right here. So you see it in oil, you see what the S&P 500, you see what these people are doing. The AI, the computers, the technology. But yeah, I'm actually interested in this pattern. I'm thinking of, what to do. Because you can profit off of this. There's a lot of things you can do. You can, maybe when UWT starts to uptrend, because if it's the ETF that follows oil, you can, play that. You can play the reversal, but you got to be careful. That's what I'm saying. And there's other indicators that help you play reversals. I don't even like to use like stochastics, the RSI, the MACD. MACD is pretty cool, but even then, I don't use that anymore. I just kind of use like these very few ones, and more so the price action and the volume. Because with just knowing the volume, and then the price action, the support and resistance, and then watching out for the bank manipulation, which just happened as you saw, so you know that okay, they've done their little thing. You can get into low risk, high probability trades. And if it breaks below that line and retests and goes lower, then you can keep shorting oil. It's at a critical point. Some say it's at a critical point. At least this propaganda right here. And think about it today. Oil's having a nice move today as well. Don't forget. Gas has that pattern. Gas 27, 54, like Islam, like sun. This is all for the sun. And oil's having a nice move today to the downside. Again, just because it has a date numerology doesn't mean that it has to move up. Because you have to look at this all just information. You can make just as much profit on it going up as it's going down. So like it going up or down is not good or bad. It's all about you. Like as a driver, as someone who consumes oil, I'm sure the price going down is good for you. But at the same time, like from a trading perspective, it's just information. But you see how though today is a nice good move on this date numerology. And I kind of want to check out natural gas. We see how they like to make moves on this day as well. This is just a nice big old doji. I can't call this anything. I mean, it had some big moves today. Look how it swung. But it's closing. Look at this. Holy shit, what am I talking about? Oh, today's Thursday. That's why. It's Thursday. It's a natural gas report. That doesn't count. I don't want to put numerology in that because every single Thursday, unless there's like a holiday on Monday, they come out with a report on natural gas. And I've shown this before, I think. You can play the recovery. You can buy the dip. If you thought it was going to sell off, you would play the ETF and maybe had a buy limit order here. Although that's kind of tricky because you can get filled really slow with those, and I've been fucked on those before, so I don't like doing that anymore. Especially if you're trying to buy the breakout. If you're buying the dip, it's not so bad. But if you're trying to, because worst case you'll just break even or something. But I tried to buy the breakout. I've profited on it before, but I've also lost because, for example, like you think it's gonna break out here. Well, you would have been fine because you would have seen this, but let's just say it broke out right away, and you have an order at like the break at 1293 from here because you wanted to break this. So even at 13, it would push up so fast and it would fill you at like 1311 or some shit, and it kind of sucks. So I guess the safer way would be play like the recovery, one of those. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much about this again. I think this video is probably gonna be done. 15 minutes. Again, the Paris knife attack. I talked about that. We saw this good riddle with Islam. What else does FBI sum to? Oh, 19, big number to the Quran. Since this video was heavily like stock focused, I'll do another video that's not at all. Because I like to always keep it even. Like I don't like to just talk a bunch about the market and then not talk about other things. I know there's people that could care less, and that's completely fine. Or they couldn't care less. I don't even know how that phrase goes. When people say, "Oh, I could care less," I never got that. It's like if you could care less, then that means that you kind of care about it. So isn't it? I couldn't care less. That's what I usually say. But then you know that saying. I don't know. I don't know how it's supposed to be. I mean, it's probably something from some movie, from some the gang. You know how they do it. See, there's how they're talking about terrorist attacks, September 11th. I mean, it's just sick. Elijah, this is the son. He's 3. Of course he's 3. Look at his name, 27. Today is 10/3. I just got done showing you oil. All by this pattern. Unbelievable. 36, 27, 45. The reflection of 54. Oil, gas numbers. And their son's name is Elijah. Just think about it. What's of all the names? There's a lot of different unique names that come from that part of the world. And we get names of some of this. Also like the 117, Buckeye 117, just to show you again, there's a reason they pair this number with this pattern. And Ohio participates in this type of thing. They like this pattern, obviously. They like ISIS propaganda, obviously. They put it on. It's as easy as typing in Ohio ISIS. News. I mean, not even news. I mean, look, front page. Ohio teenager accused of trying to join ISIS after what? FBI sting. And his 19-year-old, Chaos 19. 19 hijackers. Special number to the Quran. Always used in Islamic propaganda. Anti-Islamic propaganda. That's what it is. October 25th. It's in October. Oh, yeah, this is the month that sums to 33. October 25th, 2018. They with 19 numerology. See what I'm saying? And with 67 days remaining, the 19th prime. And here, they're talking about a 19-year-old. Also get this chaos sacrifice numbers. Of course, 53 numerology, the 16th prime, Ohio 16. Ohio 25 on the 25th. Telling you. Ohio, Washington, they put out this type of propaganda. Ohio Southern District. Of course, they made it South Ohio. They make it seem like he's, bigoted and racist. Doesn't even matter. If anywhere in Ohio you go, everyone's just programmed with football. Doesn't matter. I see it all as the same. So, yeah, son's name is Elijah. Green card, green equals 137. Green card with the New World Order numbers. So, I think that's it. There's plenty more. Of course, they're wearing the Freemasonic colors. Bubak, that's coded, but I'm not going to put his name in. The reality, I might as well. The reality is nobody can do anything for us. Bubak, 19, 125. That was on 10/25. I cannot believe this right now. I mean, I'm trying to show you how they use the same numbers in all this ISIS propaganda. And don't forget, ISIS equals 20. There was a 20 in there, in this one. 20 years in prison. Death 20, time 20. But look at this. This is incredible. So we just randomly found this. I was trying to randomly show you a piece of ISIS propaganda from Ohio. It wasn't this particular one. You see how on 125, Lema 125, numerology 125, spiritual 125, on 10/25, they're putting this out. That's a date with 35 numerology. And what do we get here then? We get Bubak and this ISIS propaganda. His name equals 125, like 10/25. His name equals 19, like the 19-year-old in the Ohio propaganda, which came out in day with 67 days remaining, the 19th prime day with 19 numerology. 19 hijackers, think about it. I know ISIS didn't do 9/11. They really didn't. But even in the narrative, they didn't. But you know what I'm trying to say. It's all the same thing. Bubak 35, Reflection of 53. That was it, 53 numerology, 35. ISIS 38, like death, killing, murder. But I mean, it's just, I didn't even mean for that to happen. And then for us, 3456, like ISIS. Unbelievable. It is by the numbers propaganda. I mean, it's like, it blows my mind how these are the easiest videos in the world to make. Why do I say that? Because I can hit record, and it's always these patterns right in your face every single time, 100% of the time. It never fails. Incredible. This video is just so comprehensive. You see the 86 prime right here, 443 DACA recipients, 443 86 prime. See how this is all by the numbers, see how the market's rigged. You know, out of nowhere, just selling off. I show you how it always does that. And it's that same pattern too. I've seen this pattern before where like it's like, it has to do with the volume. You can't, like I saw it on someone's video who's showing it. But really, it's like decreasing volume, and this is kind of trying to go up and hit a double, hit this resistance. It is a classic pattern. For it to happen just like this, I mean, it's complete manipulation. Just for anyone saying supply and demand all the time, the banks aren't doing anything. No, it's clearly manipulated by the government, by this one world order. I mean, look at this, and look how it's just recovering now. And I was wrong. You see, I'm not always right. I said that it could have easily gotten rejected by this VWAP. Or this, and it looks like if it retested this twice, it could still sell off from here back down. It looks like it's trying to recover though, and again, this is hype based. It's nonsensical. So that's why whenever you see this type of recoveries, that's why you can see, or these sell-offs, you can get a decent recovery. That's what I was saying with the natural gas report. That's exactly what that did too. They have crazy moves, crazy sell-off right here, but look how quick it recovered, and even to make higher highs. And this is even good because, yes, it's downtrending, it's below the VWAP, but you see even before, it's trying to make higher highs even before the report. So it's nice that this happened. You could have caught the dip and gone away. So again, there's a lot of ways to look at it. It's just a playing field. It's all about how you look at it. NASA discovered a black spot on Jupiter. It's this 27-date numerology connection. With this all-seeing eye, 313 is the 65th prime. Saturn 21 on 201, 210. Minute 25 video with the Lema 125, another 125. President Trump talks to reporters as he departs the White House. Departs the White House? I don't think they mean he got impeached, though. It would say that, and then the front page would say Trump's impeached, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's probably departing for, I don't know, he's an actor. He goes around the world acting. So he's not always at the White House. I mean, it's just a theater. I don't want to watch CNN and see it. Now it's kind of getting slow. I'm going to close this video. Do another one later on. I just need to rest. Yeah, it's getting slow. All right. Well, it's always an organic sign to just stop this. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. He's an actor. I mean, it's all I can say. If you're new to this channel, you want to know, is Trump going to get impeached? Or, I mean, yeah, you can do the gematria and figure it out if you really looked at it carefully, but the guy's just an actor. Why do people believe this? I mean, it blows my mind that I'm reading this right now. People are also reading this, thinking it's real, thinking that.
I want to play the
Jake Tapper, again, Donald Trump, 138. You said it's changed to 139 right here. I mean, again, propaganda software applications with stuff in the background making things work. Freemasonry 138, or excuse me, Freemasonry 139, Donald Trump 138, Federal 138. You can rewind it and see. This changed from 138 to 139. Probably because of the thumbnail. You know, it's probably some code. I could even say it's a coding glitch. I don't care. But you see how they don't care. They love that. 138 to 139. See? Play the sound, because I do think it is so important that President Trump refused to answer this question. And now it's 138 again. I mean, you see what's going on. Sure, this is professional news, professional journalism. No, it's a bunch of propaganda by numbers. Freemasonry 58 to 58. When we read out 2, you get 58. I didn't say that last video. Here we get George Washington, the 33rd degree Scotch Rite Freemason. At least I think that's him. Donald Trump pointing like a Freemason. The political calculation. Yeah, it's a bunch of crap. All right, peace out.